Hello, hola from the living side. Living it with Ruky Extra right here. How are you doing? How have you been? Okay, thank you for being a part of today's show. I really appreciate you. In case you haven't subscribed, please just hit the subscribe icon and subscribe so you get updates on what's new on the block. Alright, so I'll just quickly get into today's topic. Today, I'm talking about resting. That's something that we don't talk about all the time. Yes, everybody just want to work. We all want to work and keep working, and sometimes while working we forget to rest. So that's what I'm talking about today. What is resting and how do we go about resting? The purpose of life is not just to work, catch, make moves and all of that, and at the end of the day you just die and go back to heaven. I don't think that's the purpose of our existence. Yes, we have to live life. We have plans, we have things, we have purpose, vision, whatever targets, our careers, our chosen path in life. While going through all of that, while getting that done, if we don't pay attention to resting, it's going to affect us in one way or the other. Yes, I can tell you that for free. For me, someone had asked, not just someone, people have asked me at different points in time, like, how do you unwind? And that question always makes me realize how boring my life is. Yes, as fun as I can be, sometimes my life is boring because I really don't have things I do for fun. The things I do basically are what I can say I do for fun. This particular show I'm presenting to you, it's work, but at the same time it's not work for me. I see it as expressing something that I enjoy doing. I'm tasking my brain, doing a lot of things. It's taxing in a way, but it's also fun for me because I get to talk, I get to sing, I get to dance, I get to laugh, and I just get to play while still passing on an important message to you. So for me, I really can't say this is what I do for fun, but I know I rest. Yes, I try to rest. Back when I had the 9 to 5 and I had to go be busy, especially when you live in a place like where I reside, Lagos, and you have to find yourself moving from one end of town to another end of town just to get to work. 5 a.m. you're out of the house. Before you get back, yes, you leave the office by 5. It's a 9 to 5. You leave the office by 5, but before you get back home, it'll be like 11 p.m. And before you say you want to rest, it's 4 a.m. You have to wake up again, get ready to leave the house at 5. So doing all of that routine for me, it was stressful. So I had to say at different times I had to fall ill, developing illnesses that I didn't quite understand. Just my eyes would suddenly be red and itchy. I won't be able to look at light, just developing different symptoms, illnesses here and there. I had to consult a doctor, and I was told that I needed to rest. Now the rest, I had to be intentional about the rest. See, life, I say this a lot on the show. You have to be intentional about everything you do. You have to be intentional. If you are working, you have to be intentional. If you're playing, you have to be intentional. Same thing with if you're resting, you have to be intentional. Otherwise, you just find yourself doing stuff. Okay, even if you take the day off to rest, you find out that you will not rest because you'll just be busy doing other things. Instead of you to rest, that's when you realize, oh, I need to clean the house, I need to do this. So you have to be intentional about your rest. So when that doctor, when I consulted, told me, see, from all, he asked questions about my routine and all, and found out that, see, you don't really rest. You need to pay attention to rest, find time to rest. And I had to be intentional, create time sort of to just try to rest, at least just make the effort to rest. And tell you what, I got better. I didn't need to see an optician. I was feeling eyes itching and all of that. My eyes were red. I couldn't look at the light. I had to wear sunglasses inside the house. You know, it was really that bad. My eyes were swollen. I was always feeling tired easily. But I didn't need to get any drug. I didn't need to go to the hospital. I didn't need to run any tests. I just took the doctor's advice, which was to rest. And I rested, and I felt completely whole. No eyes itching or eyes swollen or all of that. I felt better. That's the importance of rest. So it's good to chase the paper, it's good to chase the bag and all of that, you know. But you have to pay attention to you resting. You resting. If you don't rest, it will trap you somewhere along the line. You might have targets and you will discover you won't be able to meet up all your targets because of health challenges and all of that, or you will find yourself slowing down in your business. You won't get things done as effectively as you would on a normal day. That's what one major importance of rest I can see. I told you my own experience. What's yours? I would like to know in the comment section. How have you tried to rest? I said it's intentional. You have to be intentional about your rest. It's okay to work, it's okay to have plans, it's okay to have targets and try to do all of them. But if you don't pay attention to resting, you will break down. And when you break down, you won't be able to achieve those things you want to achieve. And tell you, we are not on earth forever. Lately, we've had to hear of a lot of people passing on to glory. And it's sad, it's painful, but if you try to review their lives from your own point of view, you will see, okay, this person actually lived, or this person actually was intentional about living. It's okay to live life to the fullest, touch lives, be impactful, do things. But if you don't pay attention to your own self, your own health, it's detrimental to you. If you're not feeling okay at different points in time, don't just try to man up and say, nothing they happen, I can do this. Sometimes you have to rest. You have to rest. It's important. It's very, very important. If you don't rest, it's going to affect your productivity. Sometimes if you're really, really busy and you're stressed up, back-to-back workload, travels, and all of that, you can wake up in the morning and feel pumped up, like, I need to do this. And somewhere along the line, you feel so sick, like suddenly you just feel sick. And you start wondering, but I'm okay, I need to do this, I need to do that. But when you are sick, your body, this our body is limited. There's a limited capacity to which you can push your body to work for you. You can feel sick symptoms and still try to push yourself to work. But you get to a point, you will just faint. Would you like to wait till you faint before you know that, okay, I think I need to rest, so I need to pay attention to my health? When last did you go for medical checkup? That's something personally I'm working on. I actually had a plan for myself that before I turned 30, which was 2 years ago, before I turned 30, I was going to try and go to see a medical doctor and run all sort of tests for me, like just general health care. I'm okay, I'm strong, there's nothing wrong with me, ain't nothing wrong with me, but just to try to be intentional about my medical, like my health, really. I don't need to wait till I'm feeling headache or feeling feverish, weak, and all of that before I say, okay, I need to run a test or something. Yeah, general test you can just run, general, just about your general health care. That's part of resting. You should take it as a priority, so that you know what is wrong with you at different points. I mean, coincidentally, at about that time, someone sent me a message about a free eye checkup somewhere, and I did. I went for it, and turned out my sight was okay. I didn't have any sight issues, but just to at least just check your eyes. It's a free eye test. Just check, there's nothing wrong. They say sometimes early detection of health issues is the best. When you detect it early, you'll find that you'll be able to resolve or treat whatever illness that is. So at that time, I was able to do the eye check for free. But the others, I've still not been able to do. I know, right? 2 years later, and I'm still talking about doing it. So as I'm talking to you, I'm talking to myself as well. Try to be intentional about resting and healthcare. But something I've been intentional about doing is not taking more than I can handle at a time. I can multitask a lot. Do this, grab that, do this. But I've tried to see at some point, I'm switching off. I'm switching off my phone. I'm switching off like completely. I don't want to see anybody. I just want to be by myself. That's something I've worked on for the past 2 years. I haven't done that this year because this year we've had a lot of rest opportunities thanks and no thanks to COVID-19. So that's something I did for myself, as against the opportunity of going to the hospital to run general health care tests and all. And I can say it's good. At least just take time once in a while to rest. Pay attention to your health, pay attention to yourself. For some people, rest could just be being at home doing nothing. For some people, it could be taking a trip to a different environment where nobody knows you, or you don't know much people. You just be around in a new environment, new people that won't call your attention to something. For some people, rest could just be staying off social media. See, social media is a lot of work. It affects our brain. It affects the way we think. It affects the way we act. Accept it or not, that is the reality. So sometimes your own rest could just be taking a break off social media and paying attention to what your immediate environment, people you're seeing, and for some people that's the way they rest. But whatever you do, however you go about your rest, make sure it's intentional. Try to rest. It's very intentional. I talk about life, living, purpose, and all of that, but in the midst of that, you need to rest. How better can you get those things done? How better can you achieve your dreams, fulfill your purpose if you don't rest, if you are not okay in your head? Mentally, you need to pay attention to your life. What goes into your head? All those things that you consume every day, they have a way of affecting you mentally, your mental health. I'm an advocate for good mental health issues, That's why I speak positivity. I don't like negativity around me. So all those things affect you in one way or the other and affect how you try to rest. For some people, they don't like being alone. They feel being alone just makes them have roaming thoughts about their lives. Okay, I haven't done this, I haven't done that. See how sad my life is. See this. It's a mental health issue. At such point in time, it's best to consult a mental health specialist, people who can help you. Therapy. There's no shame in that. Talk to people. Be expressive. It has helped me. It's something that has changed about me. Remember the topic about changing? Yes, that's one thing that has changed about me. I've learned to be very expressive, and it helps when you express what is inside of you. It just goes a long way to help you clear whatever is up there, and you find some relief. It may not be immediate, it may not be complete, but you find relief. For some people, that's how they express their own rest. They try to just let things out. For some people, it's been around nature. I always talk about going to the Caribbean, Bahamas. I want to go there someday and maybe live there. Never can tell. I'm very open to exploration. I don't restrict my life to a particular location. People, I'm very open to exploring life to the fullest. See, this life, you only live once. And living that once, you have to live it intentionally, purposefully, and make sure that you enjoy it to the fullest. Yes, enjoy life to the fullest, so that when you have passed on, it won't be all. Let's say you find yourself, you have the opportunity for 2 minutes to reflect on your life before you pass on. It won't be a reflection of regret, like, oh, I wish I had done this more, I wish I had played more, I wish I had laughed more, I wish I had danced more, I wish I had, no wishing. Just do it today. Today is that day. You have to do the things that you want to do. You're on a job and you find that you're too busy to pay attention to yourself. It's not too good though. Yes, you're making the money, but life is not about just making the money, working, like work, and at the end of the day, you're not getting yourself happy in certain ways. You might be happy you have money to spend, throw around as much as you can, you have responsibilities and you don't have to think twice, but beyond that, are you really happy with your life? Are you happy with what you're doing with your life today? That's another topic for another day. But for now, pay attention to resting. Resting. It's not a bad thing to rest. It's not a sin to rest. Even when you take that day off, it's not a sin if you don't clean the whole house, if you don't call everybody and try to check on everybody. It's not a sin if you don't do that. It's not a crime. It won't hurt you. Just pay attention to your own self. Take time out and rest. Only when you do that, that's when you feel accomplished. You feel fired up to accomplish your purpose. That's it. So on that note, is a wrap on today's show. I hope you've learned one or two things about resting, and you promise you're going to rest. It's very important. Please try to rest. Try to rest. Pay attention to your health. Okay, so if you have inquiries, adverts, or you'd like to sponsor the show, please send a mail to livingitwithruky@gmail.com. livingitwithruky@gmail.com, and let's talk about it. And you can join the community on social media, on Instagram @livingitwithruky. Just follow and let's talk about stuff. You can DM me, you can chat and have a wonderful conversation about whatever you need to talk about. Please subscribe to this show if you haven't. Share the word, like, comment, share. Let people know about this wave of living it with Ruky. It's living life. In this era, there is no slowing down. There is no trying to be too serious, about life. Let's talk about stuff that will enhance our self-development in ways that are beyond regular busy day. You understand what I'm talking about? Okay. Thank you for being a part of today's show. Before I go, I'm going to tell you this. You will only get better when you act better. Oh.